Fucking hell, man.
But shout out Phoenix, man. She's got no filter. She's a lot like me. Does not care. And shout out. But
Hamzy,
I'd say that's top 3 right there, right now.
Hamzy, what is your favorite game show?
Dude, my favorite game show is watching Heater roll the dice on the craps table
Oh my god.
at the casino.
Dude, I heard he made bank.
Dude, he made fucking everyone bank, bro. He was just printing money for everyone. He was the golden child, dude. Dude, people were just giving him money for no reason. Like, all he was doing is rolling the dice. And, like, he is just hitting the numbers that we needed to hit. I don't know how someone can get so lucky so many times in a row. Like, you've got all these people just hugging each other, jumping together, celebrating in joy. And, like, he is just absolutely printing money for all these people. The most popular guy at the casino that night.
Shout out
Is that a game show? I don't know if I really answered the question.
Yeah, that is not a game show. That is not.
I don't know, man. I don't really watch game shows.
I was gonna say, is your favorite game show anything that's playing at a Denny's? Like any fucking game show?
Dude,
there?
yeah.
Probably your
I mean,
favorite.
yeah, absolutely. And if they put on Gillinor games, then fucking throw that shit right on.
Who watches game shows anymore? First off, who watches TV?
Yeah, not really. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's like something that we had. I'm like thinking back if there was like something we thought of that like
You know
maybe I
what?
said to him that
Oh yeah,
like triggered that question.
I will just say,
remember.
like, game shows wise, it's not really a game show, but like I'm thinking like competition show. I guess it is kind of a game show in a way, but I like Master Chef. I know that's like the most basic fucking answer, but I feel like too many IRL like streamers started like watching that shit, and I had no real interest in that stuff, but I actually became like fascinated with fucking watching that for some odd reason. I don't watch it like regularly, but I remember I did have a phase where I was just being recommended on YouTube, like all the fucking best highlights and stuff. I was like, I unironically enjoy this.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't really watch any game shows. I'm trying to think. Maybe there was like some conversation we had in Vegas that triggered that question, but I can't remember. I was drunk.
He could just be pulling shit out of his ass. I mean, with me, man, my favorite game show, I'd say, Family Feud. Something about Steve Harvey. Some of those answers, man, hilarious.
Family Feud is pretty good. Do you guys remember America's Funniest Home Videos?
Oh yeah, man. That was
like,
the best on
dude,
Sunday nights.
there was something about not having the internet just give you whatever you want all the time, because back in the day, like, I'd go to school, I'd come back, and I was one of those, like, we didn't have cable, but we had like the basic channels. Every single weekday night we would watch Malcolm in the Middle, into The Simpsons, into Malcolm in the Middle again. It was a 2-hour like session of it. And like, I fucking miss having that schedule of like, you watch it at this time, you know what I mean? Like, nowadays you just get too much freedom. I feel like it's just like we gotta go back to the olden days where, well, I guess technically streaming is kind of like that. If you're like a regular streamer, people do have to tune in at the right time. But
Dude, I have this conversation all the time. We were the last. I know you guys are a little older than me. I'm 28 right now.
I'm 28.
We were the
29.
last.
Wait, when's your birthday? I have to know now.
August
January 30.
What?
August 27th.
January for me.
Okay, so you're turning. Wait, you're turning 30 in like 2 months.
Yeah, dude.
Damn.
So I'm actually, yeah, I am too. I'm 2 months older than you. Why'd you? I'm
Okay.
turning 29 in June.
Yeah. So
God damn it! I'm turning 29. Fuck.
we're old, bro.
Fuck, dude.
Like,
Dude, imagine turning 30.
I say this all the time. We are the last generation. We could speak for like people 2 or 3 years between us, but like we're the last generation to experience life before the internet. Like,
I know.
I remember.
I know.
I think it was like 2nd or 3rd grade. We got a PC at my house.
Yep.
I barely used it because it was dial-up. Terrible. You go play stupid little games on like Nickelodeon, whatever. It wasn't till like
Or QNeek's Wizards Wonderland.
that too.
You play
it wasn't till like 2004, 2005, like you log into RuneScape, you know, you're going on YouTube, all this, and it's like we had almost 10 years of no real full internet interaction. And now you look at kids, you look at them out at like a restaurant, they got the fucking iPad in front of them.
Dude, they're in their crib on a goddamn iPad. Like,
And that's what I'm saying. It's insane to see with your own eyes. Like, I mean, we had the same thing. I had the Game Boy. It's not as interactive. It's not as this. It's not as that.
the problem is like, what's wrong? This is my concern, and apparently this happens every goddamn generation, where every generation of boomers, and I consider myself a boomer already, looks at the
100%.
next generation, they're like, they're failed, like they fucking,
Yeah.
like they're
There's always
doomed.
gonna be that.
Like they're fucking doomed, like their brains rotting and all this shit. But it's like life continues and it evolves, like, and we're at the stage where we're at like this exponential evolution where it's like, bruh, literally you are in a sense, this is my obviously like ignorant position, potentially I'm not a parent, but like I'm just thinking, if you deny your kids access to the internet and technology until, you know, you think it's appropriate, like, okay, when you're 12 you can finally have like, it's like, bruh, we're living in the fucking 21st century where you need to know about this technology and shit, like, to be successful. I mean, I'm sorry, but we're living in an era where you need to be online, like, in every field possible. And so, like,
Yeah, no, I fully agree. Like, you have to let your kids adapt to the times. I mean, they said that about millennials. They said that about Gen Z. Like, oh, these kids have screens in front of their faces all the time. They're gonna amount to nothing. I don't know, man. As
some
a
of us
millennial,
do,
dude,
including myself. But yeah, continue.
but I don't know, dude. Like, they've said that about younger generations, and as a millennial, dude, I look at Gen Z and I'm like, I kind of like, dude, these kids are gonna change the fucking world, dude. Like, I look at like the people, like I look back at, I keep up sometimes with like the news that's going on in like my local town, with, like the high school and stuff, and these kids are all getting super involved in protests and politics, and they're all like super involved in the community and making a change in the world. And I look back at myself at that age, and I was like, dude, I did not give a fuck about anything that was going on outside of what I was doing this weekend when I
Well,
was
you're
that age.
also
Like,
just, there was no internet either, and so
yeah,
you're just
but I
going
mean,
on your
the fact
local
that they're
news channel.
so like the fact that they're so involved
Yeah,
and like
that's-
thinking about like what's going on in the world is just
That's true.
that's enough right there for like to
I
make
mean,
big enough change.
to be fair, Hamzy, you're in a very political area, being in DC. So I get
This
that.
is true. I don't know what other areas are, but I am also comparing my, like, I mean, it's the same area. I'm just comparing like what
Mhm.
my age group was back then to the current age
100%.
group.
Thing is like, are you guys optimistic or more pessimistic about the future of humanity in a sense? I know that's like a deep question, but like, personally, I'm optimistic. I think like everything's low-key getting better, especially when you like start studying history, just like fucking learning about the Middle Ages. Like, Jesus Christ, dude, it's just fucked up things are. I mean, technically, still a bunch of fucked up things are happening today. Like, there's always fucked up things, but it was bad back then, man.
I'm definitely the opposite. I see things for what they are and what's going on out there in the world, whether it be across the sea, right in your local town, everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucked. But I mean, that comes from the way you think on a day-to-day basis. If you were optimistic going into every day, you could see the world better. Me, I find it hard to find some positives in some days, but things do work out eventually.
So you do have the long-term optimistic view.
Yeah, that
Like,
kind of
you're-
is my like view at the end of the day. Like, life is gonna figure itself out. Like, the world's not gonna
100%.
end. It's always gonna keep going. I have things on a daily basis that make me lose my faith in humanity. I also have things that save my faith in humanity. Like one of those things I just touched on is like seeing younger kids just like much more involved in shit that I did not give a fuck about when I was that age. But also, you know, you also see like way more crazy, ignorant people that like are just they don't even look like real people to you. You know, they look like people that are in like a simulation. Like you're a character created. Like there's no way you're this
NPC.
stupid. But
Yep.
yeah, NPCs. But I mean, it's a give and take. I think life is just always gonna go on. So I guess overall, I'm like pretty optimistic.
It's kind of like, so I heard this thing. Like, I don't know what you guys think about people trying to like live longer and like the science behind it that are trying to like
Yeah.
stop aging entirely to the point where you're basically like, what is it called? Amortal, where it's like you could still die if you get hit by a train, but like you're not gonna die to like natural causes. But I'm like, that would be so odd to like, because we're almost at that time where technically like some people living today, if they're like rich enough, they are at the spot where like that technology put, you know, assumedly will get to the point where they can just continually like take these better medicines and eventually just like some people alive today might live forever, but who fucking knows. But it's like, I don't know, that's kind of like a weird thought to think of, like living beyond, I don't know, like living like to like 3000, like the year 3000. Like what the fuck's even gonna happen in like 200 years from now? Because like imagine living in 1823, you know, like 200 years
Yep.
before now. You could not fathom what the world is like today. In fact, I saw this fucking Instagram short that my brother linked me, and it was just like this stupid meme of like, imagine you live in the 1800s and just randomly got teleported to this fucking rave, and the rave was just like this flashing show and just like the loudest music ever. It's like, imagine you're just instantly teleported here, like you would literally think you're in hell. Like just
Yep.
like the fuck is happening? But I bet you
Yeah,
anything in
so-
like 200 years from now, if you could teleport to there, you would just probably die from astonishment. Just like, what the hell is going on? I don't know. Crazy.
Time travel's a whole different thing, man. Like even like within your own lifetime, imagine like, you know, horrible events when you were a kid, like looking back, time travel back there and like try to fix them, but then you think to yourself, I wouldn't be the guy I am today without those things happening in childhood or being a teenager or a young
Gear up with
adult.
some PK gear and go kill Durio 321.
That too. We can go back to the insight. It's like, you know,
Well, here's a question I have for you guys. Do you guys wish that you could have been born in a previous time period? Or are you happy with the time you were born?
100%.
You're happy? You're
Definitely.
satisfied?
No. I mean, growing up in a different time period, I think
What time period, though?
person,
Yeah.
like, I think to myself, like I said like a couple minutes ago, we grew up in the last era of pre-internet. I think the people that are about 5, 6, 7, 8 years older than us that were in college when like Facebook dropped,
Yeah.
I feel like they had, that's the pinnacle. That is the perfect, like you had the beginning of the internet, you're in college, you're doing everything out there, and like these things are booming in front of your eyes.
Yeah,
And,
you
like-
had techno music before fucking Avicii and Tiesto and shit came
Holy
along.
shit, you're right. You had if you were a
Real
teenager,
raves.
if you were a teenager in the mid 90s, like holy shit.
Yeah, like basically
Spiked hair,
being
baggy pants and shit.
literally like being a teen, like you said, being a teenager in the late 90s, early 2000s, like being in high school, like
Yeah.
2000 to 2004, you're in
So like the
you're in
people turning
college.
40 now. Like that-
Basically
yeah.
because I so one of my first jobs, I scooped ice cream at a very famous place around where I live, and I worked with people that were up to 10 years older than me at the time when I was like 15, 16. So you saw like the people that were in college, out of college, all this. You get the experience, you understand where they were, and like where I live, like what is it, Massachusetts, you've got UMass. So a bunch of the people went to UMass Amherst. So like they're telling me all these experience, this, that, all that. Like then you think about, oh my god, the boom of Facebook. You've got easier way to message people. And then you also think about being like in Boston culture, like the Red Sox won a World Series after 86 years, and it's like the Patriots were going crazy. I think even like the Celtics won a little bit then, and it was like the perfect time
Dude, you
to
know what
be in
was
college around here.
you know what was also the fucking perfect time?
Insane.
To have started RuneScape with a brain.
That too,
With a brain.
Yeah.
with a
Like,
brain.
bruh, you could have been fucking Zezima. Like, you
It's
could have
funny
been
you say that.
worshipped to the end of time.
There's a guy I work with. He's a mod on my channel, Beast McNasty 32. He doesn't come around often because he's, he's like 5, 6 years older than us. But he played RS Classic. He tells me stories of, yeah, man, used to get so much XP per day, like in game day. You'd have to sleep. You'd have to bring a what is it, like a sleeping bag with you and sleep where you were. He's like he remembers the classic days when it turned to like RuneScape 2, when it came to like what we are now, and like he still logs in time to time on that original account that is now RS3. But it's crazy to see like being that age at that time, because he's around that age that we're talking about, like wanting to be in that generation of just the technology boom.
Yes. I mean, I played in that I played like right as RS2 came out.
Like,
When
like,
Classic finished.
like 2004.
2005
Okay.
is when I started.
I started in
It's about
2004.
when
Like
I started too, yep.
they already had like the first wave of maxed players. Like I remember Zezima was maxed. Like I remember the old Knight, fucking You Love Me.
Yep.
Dude, I used to look at these high scores for no reason.
Yep.
As like a child, dude. I remember seeing these players in game because there was only so many worlds back then. You know, it was like not that crazy.
Where were
to
they?
actually-
Where did you
Um,
see them? Like, generally.
Dude, so I actually saw Zezima like many times. I think we chilled on the same world because like me and all my friends, like World 10 was like our world, and that back then there was no like World like 410, 310. So
Mhm.
it was like World 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
And like World 10 was our world that we chilled in. I don't know if like that's the world Zezima chilled in all the time, but I remember like a fat handful of times that I ran into Zezima, and every single time I saw him, he was wearing nothing, running on the go, crowd of players around him. I remember the way his character looked, dude. It was like a very basic short hair, no like nothing, not like a whole lot going on, and he just always was wearing nothing. Probably because like that he was like one of the first like efficient game players, like no graceful
Mhm.
going on, your weight reducing, just like that was the thing back then, just like wear nothing. Like he was just always running around, never talking to anyone, people always just crowd around him, talking to him, saying all the stuff, and he just is on the go, ignoring all of it.
Okay, this is kind of relevant, but Abby McCoy asks, ask them about their earliest memory on the internet. Do you guys remember your first experience on the internet? I don't even think I remember mine.
Yes.
Like, I think of
I
some
agree.
memories that are early, but I don't think of the first one.
I
Like dark fucking
remember.
times.
I remember logging in. I remember the dial-up, like the noise it used to make. Look, I don't even need to make it. I can hear it. It's embedded in my brain. I don't remember what website it was, but I remember playing like a Sylvester and Tweety game where you'd try to catch Tweety as like Sylvester. I don't remember what site it was on, but like if I close my eyes and think back to like the earliest memory on a computer, it was like the old Gateway, white ass computer, like old style mouse, old style like keyboard. Then we
The
upgraded to
monitor weighs
Dell.
80 pounds.
Oh my god, the monitor's the little
Fat
tube,
monitor,
little tube TV.
whole
It's like
back behind it.
Yeah, the back's
maybe-
bigger than the
maybe
actual
12
screen itself. Yeah.
maybe 12-inch screen. You hit the button, it's like a light bulb turn on, it like
It's a
blinks and
Glass
ding,
fucking
like,
screen that has like
Oh,
two
dude.
more inches till you actually see the pixels.
and it was
Dude, tiny little small
crazy.
tangent. Can I just say, dude, do you ever get jealous of those people that you see post pictures of themselves like they're adults playing RuneScape,
Bruh,
and you see them
I have a
drop picture.
video. I'm gonna actually post this, I think, on my YouTube.
Dude,
there's
I
a
played
video of
so-
me playing RuneScape, and it's me fucking
Nah.
running to
Bro.
the Falador Fountain. Like,
Oh
like,
my
my
God,
dad is
dude.
camcordering this shit in
Oh
2005.
my God.
And I'm sitting there on RuneScape, and I'm fucking like walking back and forth from Remington to fucking Falador, like filling up buckets for some godforsaken reason. I think that was my red berry pie grind that I made. I made 500 red berry pies for my first meal.
Dude, I see those pictures and I get hella jealous because I'm like, dude,
you not have
I
any?
was playing at the same time.
Mhm.
I was a fucking young ass kid, and I had no footage of this. Like, there was so much, like, it just never happened. There was so much
Same.
time that I spent at the computer, and like, I wish I could just have one picture of like me and my friends
You
at
don't
the
have
computer.
any picture?
Not a
Dude, okay,
single one.
I'm sorry.
Same.
I need to go on a fucking tangent right now. Did you know I sold a RuneScape account when I was fucking 11
Oh my
to my
god.
to my IRL acquaintance? He wasn't even a friend. Like, I went over to his house after school, and I just walked over there, and he would like we played RuneScape, and my account was like better than his, but I mean I'm talking like fucking like 60 combat, like just dog shit. Like, you know, I probably had like 500k bank or something, and I was like, yeah, I'm not really playing RuneScape until like the summer basically, and so I had this account, and I had like multiple accounts. I think I had like 3 or 4 accounts, but I sold it to him for 15 bucks.
Damn.
And that was bank. I mean, when you're 11 years old, 15 bucks, like,
Oh, what would
bruh.
that have gone for?
oh, I would go to Winco. That's the grocery store. I'd go to fucking Winco and just buy like, you know, 3 pounds of gummies and just like some chips
I
and
was
some
gonna say
soda.
candy.
yeah,
It's
that's
okay,
all.
dude. My big regret though, I sold an OG party hat, dude, from RS2. Like, dude, I like the actual
Like for real
Christmas
money?
drop.
Or
no,
for
no,
okay.
for RSGP.
You sold it
was,
before it like exploded? in
Dude,
price?
dude, like I remember like the fucking Christmas drop, like one of the first seasonal events that ever happened. Like Christmas party hats just fucking dropping all over the place. Like I picked one up and just sold it. I had it for a while, dude. I did cherish it for a minute, and then I don't know, man. I was so young, dude. I had no idea how to make money. I was like mining coal and selling that, and like such terrible money, dude. And I just wanted quick cash and made a very terrible decision to sell a party hat for 200k.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Or Santa hat. Sorry, not party hat. Never had a party hat.
Okay,
But I
okay.
did have. I did also actually have bunny ears and a scythe.
Wow.
And actually, I had a Halloween mask too.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie.
Damn.
Santa hat is the most, well, was before OSRS came out and just destroyed that whole nostalgia
Iconic.
for it. That was the most iconic item. Like I would see people with Santa hats, and I'd worship them as a kid.
Yep.
I would just instantly worship them. Like, I fucking love you. Like, I'll do anything.
Yeah, I used to get worship, dude. I had my fashion scape for a while. I used to rock the black gold trimmed armor and the Santa hat on the top,
Damn.
and I looked like a fucking G. And then I was like, I'm gonna just sell this shit, 200k so much, and it was like so short after that it went to just the multi-million. I don't know what happened, dude. There was like a spike where it just blew up, man.
It's because they never
Like, it
did it
got-
again.
Yeah.
did-
I
they
think
did-
people
listen.
just realized, but like.
They did the Christmas crackers. I think. I want to say 2 Christmases. I think if you did the event, you got 2, but you had to use them on somebody else for them to get the item. I remember I used my 2 on people, and no one ever used it on me, so I never got the item. So like.
Oh god.
I wasn't there for like I think I played like a year or 2 after the original release because you used to see all the party hats everywhere, the Santa hats. But I think they did like a second basically run of them. You did the event, you got the Christmas crackers, but you can't just open them. You have to use them on another player. So I think what it was is I never got one used on me, so I never got one. But then you look back years later and you're like, damn, I was
You
there.
were a fucking idiot. Yeah.
I was there.
That's crazy though. Yeah, I worship
Years
people.
ago now.
I worship people with Santa hats and all that shit.
Almost 20 years now. It's crazy.
I know. Dude, next year I will have been playing this game for 20. Yeah, well, technically I took an 8-year break, like legit never playing. I just played Guitar Hero
Oh, for
and
sure.
Call of Duty
Yep.
and shit, but yeah. 20 years since I first started. All right. Okay, Lilywick asks for Hamzy, what's it like living a secret double life that your coworkers don't know about? And for Juicy, what's your favorite type of sandwich and why is it the best?
This is
You gotta bring up
Yeah.
the context of this because this is a base after dark kind of
yeah,
lore.
yeah. I guess the secret double life. I
Just
mean, in
hope
my
to God
job-
that nobody that knows you in real life watches this podcast, right?
I fucking hope not, bro. I mean, dude, if anyone watches this, they're probably watching Base After Dark. It's like at that point, like my life's already over.
It's true.
So, but yeah, you know, I have like my full career. I'm a hotel manager. I have like a job that I get up and put on a suit and tie and go be like hella professional for 9 hours, 10 hours a day. And when I'm not doing that, it's, you know, full on go-go mode. There's all this other shit that I'm doing. There's the streaming, the partying, and you know, you go from this like childlike wonder straight up into, you know, setting your alarm clock and just getting up, and you're in a all of a sudden meeting with executives and talking about what your game plan for quarter 4 is going to be. And it is kind of goofy, you know. I do think about, like, sometimes I look at my phone and I see like a message from Prison Joe or like, what are we doing tonight for the podcast, and I'm talking about like goofy topics, and you know, I'll be like stepping out, hey guys, sorry, I have to step out of this meeting for 1 second, you know, roll on over, go step into the bathroom and, you know, take my jacket off, throw my tie over my shoulder, roll my sleeves, and just fucking puke in the toilet, wipe my eyes out, come back, and just fucking get back to it, man. I mean, it is. I'd say in the lately though, I've been kind of. I kept this up. I'd say for the last. I mean, my career. I just passed 6 years of being with my company, which is the first job I got straight out of college, and then you know, so I kept this up for maybe like 5.5 years. Lately, man, I've just started giving less of a fuck, to be honest, because I don't know, man, life is short, and I've started just kind of like letting my results at work show for me. I've had a couple angry Twitch people find out where I work and, you know, send my
Oh,
shit to
no.
my work, which is not something anyone really wants to go through. But what I can say is once it's done, it's done. So honestly, fuck you, and also thank you for that, because now they know
No
who
more
I
stress,
am.
yeah.
No more stress. It's open format. Nothing else to hide. I told them this is who I am. I'm gonna let my results show, and you know, I'm still gonna get my shit done. You know now that I'm a shitbag outside of work, but as long as I'm still getting my stuff done, like, do you really need anything else out of me?
Fuck
Real,
yeah.
You know? Yeah. So honestly, kind of comforting to let that happen. And honestly, man, it's been really great. Like I even have like a different way I talk to my team, and I feel like a lot more open about the way I can communicate with people, and it's a lot more kind of like my style too. You know, like I feel like I'm like sending them like goofy ass memes and gifs and whatnot. And I don't know, man. I think I should have done this a long time ago, to be completely honest. But yeah, no
I
more
mean,
with the double life.
If you think about it, though, there was a time when it probably legitimately was inappropriate. I think it's easy to see now that it works out, but I think just mentality changes and everything like that, and maybe even the stream progressed to a point where it's just like, I don't know, like, because sometimes I have those regrets of like not being as transparent initially, but I'm like, nah, everything, I became transparent when it became appropriate, I feel like.
Yeah,
Makes
yeah.
sense.
And I mean, I'm not gonna go full on like, hey, by the way, I was in Miami this last weekend doing cocaine out of a stripper's asshole. But like, I'm still
You
gonna be like,
could've-
hey, you
yeah,
know,
could
I
tell
might
them
have.
that. Be fully
I
transparent.
mean, yeah, no, but like, I have less of a problem being like, you know, I'm a little slow today. I had a few too many beers last night. What are you gonna do about it?
All right, Juicy. What's your favorite type of sandwich?
Sandwich. I mean, I'm not.
Do
I'm
you
not a huge
make your own
sandwich guy.
sandwiches, or do you? Oh, really? That's just.
I'm like, I see, like when I go out, I'll get like a sub or something, maybe a sandwich, but like, I
Where do
don't
you
know.
go if you're going out? Jersey Mike's.
I mean, it's the thing is like where I live, there's like not really big chains around me, so it's all local spots.
Even better.
Like if we're talking about sandwiches, I would just say, like I'm talking like a sub, like probably an Italian sub. You know what I mean? Just the classic, the big three right there. You know, or something like that, or just keep it simple with a grilled cheese. That's a sandwich right there. It's very versatile. You know what I mean? The grilled
American
cheese. You
cheese.
could,
We're talking
it
craft
depends.
singles.
I mean, as a kid, yes, but as an
As a-
adult, I like multiple cheeses now. Like you do the cheddar, you'll do like a little Kobe Jack, maybe you get like a little pepper Jack, and the bread is big too.
See,
like
the
you gotta
thing
have-
is like that sounds adult, but like I'm sorry, the classic grilled cheese with white bread and a craft single, buttered and on the pan. That is all you need. And anybody, motherfucking Gordon Ramsay, trying to pimp out that shit, I'm sorry, it's a fail. It's in my eyes. Like most of the time, it's a fail. You can experiment slightly. I'll accept that, but as soon as you start going crazy and the cheese is just like this brick inside and just like nothing's melted hardly and the bread's too thick and all. Sorry, but who knows? Maybe you make a great grilled cheese and I'm just slandering it right now. But
Hey, I mean, you can't mess with the classics, and I respect that. But like, you can always experiment, and sometimes sometimes you try something that's not the right way, and you jot it down. You remember it for next time.
all right,
It's all about variety.
I gotta pee again. Sup?
I was I was gonna say something else, but I was like, whew, I gotta go in a minute.
Okay.
Dude,
yeah, go.
I've actually been sending like micro speedrun pizzes, like a couple times. already.
That's I was gonna say because like I feel like Hamzy would have butted in on this point, but no, he just and I'm like, yeah, he's probably like staring
No,
at someone.
my bathroom is like literally right next to my setup,
Okay,
and
so
I also got my AirPods in so I can hear.
And you're
so-
probably drinking, so you
Awesome.
probably have like a crazy full bladder.
Yeah, I'm taking a shot right now.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, I was saying this earlier. I kind of forgot, but like before
Yep.
the recording, dude, there's a fucking Wingstop that opened here, and there's never, like, I've never seen a Wingstop in Oregon before, and I used to be addicted to Wingstop when I was in Alabama, and they finally opened one up the road from me, like a couple miles up, and so I ordered.
Oh, that's special.
I ordered some.
Is it as good as the
Damn.
one that you had in Alabama?
No, and you want to know why? Well, it's
Why?
good, but I had a horrible experience on DoorDash because I ordered it last
no.
night because I was grinding Veti on, and I'm like, I'm gonna be up until like fucking 6 in the morning, and I was, and so I ordered a 15, and I got always split mango habanero Louisiana rub fucking on my
Oof.
chest
Dude, mango
with
habanero
blue
is-
cheese.
Mango
Their
habanero
blue
is
cheese is
so hard.
insanity. I will never really get blue cheese anywhere else when it's like that packaged gross shit, but theirs is like made in house, you know. So got it delivered. The delivery driver, so this is like, midnight basically, like 11 p.m., 11:30ish. And the delivery from placing the order until it arrived to me, keep in mind this is 2 miles away, took 80 minutes. So the
Damn,
wings
jeez.
pulled up, they weren't even hot anymore, and 2 of the wings weren't there. So I only got 13 wings.
No.
And listen,
Oh.
that
Damned.
ghetto driver that pulled up, I swear to God, he ate 2 of the wings. I swear, I swear on my life, he fucking opened up the bag and just grabbed 2 of the wings and just fucking ate them, and then like pulled up like, here, yeah, here's your food. There has never been a single time where a Wingstop has scammed me wings. In fact, the only times it's ever been off is they've added more. So the one time I get fewer wings, this ghetto guy drops it off. I'm like, yeah,
Fucking hilarious.
this
dude.
motherfucker. I gave him a 1-star fucking delivery.
Damn.
I can do that because I live in an apartment complex. I actually I would genuinely get scared to like rate people poorly when like my apartment's just right there. I don't know. I just get like like I used to just rate everyone 5 stars because I'm like, I don't want them to fucking drive back. Be like,
Dude, yeah,
bitch, give me
delivery,
a.
any kind of like food delivery gets like significantly harder if you're in a apartment complex
Yeah. Yep.
versus a house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyway, but it was still good, but it's just everything was cold and I was missing 2 wings, but it still tasted great, I guess.
Damn, man, I'm sorry that happened to you. As an avid DoorDasher, you know, I'm
Oh, do you DoorDash often?
well, like from the consumers.
Oh. I thought you said. I was gonna say, what are you
DoorDash,
doing? Like you're a hotel manager, fucking
I'm
streamer, and a
getting
DoorDasher?
dashed,
I
guess.
see. I had a severe DoorDash addiction for about 1.5 years when I was in
Pretty
Alabama.
bad.
No, it was at the point where I didn't even know what a grocery store was anymore. It was just,
Oh yeah, fuck a grocery
just
store.
like I remember checking my bill sometimes, or just like reviewing mentally.
Dude, when you review, bro, you just look
Oh,
down
no.
the expense.
No. I think the worst time was me ordering $80 worth of sushi. It was 5
Yeah,
rolls.
sushi is the one, bro. Sushi's the
Dude,
main culprit, bro.
I craved it so bad because I was high as a kite. And I'm like, sushi sounds insane. And when you're so high, you just don't even care. You're like, fuck it, I'm just going to buy whatever I want. And so I'm just looking, and I'm just picking out all the best specialty rolls. And they even had a 20% fucking discount on this place, up to like $15. So this shit would have came out to like almost 100. But it came out to 80 goddamn dollars for 5 rolls. And I just shoved them in my mouth within 15 minutes. They were all gone. I'm like,
Oh
Damn.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. My like coping mechanism whenever I come home from a serious bender
mm-hmm.
is like some kind of extremely extravagant DoorDash meal.
I heard
Like,
that.
that's what I do.
That's
Uh,
actually very based.
Yeah, actually, speaking of which, I was talking about from when we got back from TwitchCon.
Mm-hmm.
Like as soon as I got back, because you know TwitchCon was fucking rough, and like you also add the sickness on top, because that's
Yep.
like an extra
Yep.
layer, because everyone got super sick. Yeah, I ordered Nobu.
What is
I
that?
ordered like Nobu, dude. It's like this it's this like Asian fusion, like sushi, but also like they got a bunch of other stuff. Like they got like steak and
It's like a Japanese like kind of steakhouse.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think it's Japanese, but it's like super upscale, like Asian food with you know steak and
Get
sushi.
that shit
and
delivered.
I had like a $200 DoorDash Nobu order. Like, as soon as I ordered it straight off the plane, dude. Like I was like getting into my taxi, like coming home from TwitchCon, and just like immediately sent that on the DoorDash, and like it like got home at the same time as I did, just like hit the joint that I had already rolled before leaving to TwitchCon that I just had ready for me. It's just like,
Bruh, worst
Just
thing is when
died.
you like wake up in the morning, order DoorDash for breakfast, and then like a late lunch where you like fucking get Cheesecake Factory. And you're like, I have a problem. You check your weekly thing. You're like, I've spent over $300 this week on DoorDash. Like, I need fucking.
yeah, it's excessive, dude.
Yeah, I had a serious problem because I had like no bills either, and I was like, I'm just gonna fucking live the extravagant life, just get everything delivered, everything I want. Yeah,
That's probably what I would do with
was
$1 billion if
Oh.
to answer Tracy's question. I would just order.
No.
DoorDash.
This is the $1 billion. Okay, real talk.
You have a
$1 billion.
chef.
Yes. A
Yes.
personal. I am talking
Let's
living
go.
in a great, nice house. I don't even want mansion. I just want a sizable house that's very cozy and comfy. And then I want a personal chef that I have a specialized kitchen for them, and they make me the most healthy and delicious meals. And I mean healthy, I mean like whole, like natural foods of like all the variety, like fucking seafood, veggies that are perfectly
He knows
seasoned,
what
like
you want.
fruit, like
you know, it's gonna
everything.
surprise you as well.
yes.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
like-
I
like-
would just have like a personal chef who's also like, he's like also gonna be my driver too. You know, he's gonna drive me.
No.
places.
You need a separate
Them
dude for the
sick-ass
driving.
cars.
This guy stays in the kitchen, or you know.
I like it to be all in one though. You know, like he's gonna be my
No,
chef, my
you don't
driver.
need an all-in-one. That's a mistake. You have a billion.
But you want it to be someone who like really knows you. You know,
No,
like,
that's
knows
why you have
he knows
one.
better
per-
than you know
you
yourself.
have one person that knows you, but that is not the fucking personal chef. Personal chef cannot know.
Okay,
a goddamn
okay.
thing
So you
about
got your chef. So you got your chef. You got like the lady that like cleans all your shit, and then you have
Wipes
this
your
like
ass?
utility. Yeah, big time.
Okay.
And then you have the like driver.
Would
the
you?
driver's
wait,
the
wait,
utility player.
wait, I'm sorry. I need to interrupt. Would you hire a person to wipe?
No. I would just get a very fancy bidet. Dude. I'm bidet gang all the way.
I would
If you
I would
don't
hire
use a
somebody to
bidet-
wipe my ass. I'd have to yell, "I'm done!" Like I did as a fucking like 4-year-old.
Dude, if you're not using a bidet at this point, like, bro,
I'm not.
spend the money, dude.
I use,
Drop
I
like
use
400
dude wipes,
bucks.
though.
Dude wipes are great when you're on the go, you know. But if you're in your house and you're settled, and this is the house you're gonna be living in for a while, dude.
Mhm.
It's the worthwhile the like $400 investment, bro.
That's
For
fair.
like a good bidet, dude. Like, dude, you get that drying mechanic in, the heated toilet seat, bro, for the mornings, and like it's great.
Okay, so
But
just-
no, she's not wiping my ass.
Okay.
That's not what I was. I meant cleaning
No,
my
I'm saying,
shit, like,
would you be interested in that if you had the money? Would you hire somebody to just be an ass wiper?
No.
Professional,
But
though.
I would
It's like
have.
the
I would
perfect-
have. I'd say I'd have like a cleaner lady who's like just super cool and knows. Like I know she's not gonna like steal my shit. She knows all my shit. Like she knows like my real life. The chef is very important. But then I think you have this like secret, like super important utility player that is like, I guess their main job is the driver, but they're also like super well connected at all the restaurants and clubs, and they make reservations for you everywhere.
Oh, shit.
And they're also like Jason Statham and can like beat anyone's ass that
Dude,
fucks you.
Can you imagine being so wealthy you could literally go to any restaurant you want and get whatever the fuck you want at all times? Just you don't have to care about what you're getting. Like you just get
Yeah.
a bunch of shit and then just waste it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this guy just does that for you. He just basically says like, "Hey, like I'm the driver. I'm like driving this big ass Suburban, and like this is my guy, and he wants to come into a restaurant, and I'm also gonna beat your ass if you don't." And he also like has all the connects for the drugs, just in case.
Yeah. I would just get a separate drug guy. No. Actually, you're right. You got the internet. Yeah. Damn.
Where did this come from again?
I was talking about Wingstop, and then it just drifted to fucking here.
Jason Statham being our private driver.
Okay, let me ask you guys about RuneScape. So, what are you guys like plan? So, Ian, you said you're planning on maxing. Is that correct?
We got on the horizon right now. We still need to get. We need a Fang from TOA.
Okay.
We need to conquer the Inferno, get Inferno Cape. I need to either get a blade or a lot of whips, and then we're going top.
Don't
I
even
have-
get a blade. Like
I have 0. I have one top KC, and it was an entry carry from Uniques and Cincy Bearcat. I died
Uniques
to a-
carried your ass. Oh my
Listen,
god.
listen.
What does the world come to? Uniques is
Listen.
carrying.
I have watched a lot of top. I know what to do in top.
No. I'm not blaming
I
you
didn't.
for not
no,
knowing
but
top.
listen. I ran back to the pillar as it was falling, and I just died 3-1
Fucking fused.
in a fucking
Fused.
entry mode.
You fused, dude.
I didn't even get to P2.
Yeah, that's called fusing.
Yep, I fused. I fused myself. And that's the
Um,
only top I've been to. So that's that's the horizon right there, and maxing in the progress. That's
Hamzy.
what we're doing on the iron.
So Hamzy, you said you have like multiple accounts. What are your like goals after league? And are you playing the whole thing, or are you just quitting in like a week or two?
No, I'm gonna quit as soon as I stop enjoying. But you know, the thing that I think actually is cool about Trailblazer, that you couldn't really get in Shattered Relics is you can restart, which a lot of people don't like when early games kind of a bitch. Yeah, there is a good amount of grinding, but you do have the opportunity to restart, pick different relics.
Oh, really?
I'm
Same
range
account?
relic.
I didn't know that.
No. I'm in on
Oh.
a different account.
Oh, okay. I thought you could just fucking
But
clear your
you get to kind of have a different experience.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like you get to choose, you get to fight bosses in different ways, fight different bosses, take different areas, just experience different content. That's like what I really think is cool about Trailblazer. You don't really get that opportunity in other leagues. But not like I'm going to do that. I don't know if I'm really dead set on that. My main mentality right now, I'm gonna play it 2-3 weeks. Like I said, I missed a good amount of the first week because went out of town. Went on a bit of a bender with the boys after day one. So I don't know. My main mentality, I'm gonna play till I lose interest and then probably just fuck off back to.
What are you gonna do on the main? What's your goals there? Or main game?
Like I said, I'm a big old sucker for Inferno. I love that. That's my favorite thing to do. I want to keep getting tasks. I want to get the pet. I do have interest in certain things that like make those. I'm not a speedrunner by any means, but I do always try to push myself to see what minutes or so I can shave off. Like I have like a sub 72 right now with the Bofa, which I'm like pretty proud of. I mean,
Yeah, that's
it's
decent.
kind of hard to get. Yeah, I mean, I've gotten sub 65. I hopped on the main, so got sub 65, got it in 2 completions. I feel like I could get much faster times on the main, but I enjoy using the gear that I've acquired. So I do a lot of corp. That's kind of like my just chatting activity. I always start every stream with corp. I like just killing the giant chicken,
Like-
talking to the chat about their day.
Low key, Corp is one of the best things for streamers if you're planning on playing like
Oh.
kind of long term. Because
I think that's my best content, dude.
it's good.